Good afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon. Oh my God. Guess what? Season four of the RoyalTEA Talk Show. And I'm super excited that you spend the time with me in the Royal Courts. You know what day it is? It's Friday. And because it's Friday, this is where we all come together as women in the Royal Courts. And we talk about everything that encompasses us as women. And today it's our first episode of season 4. So make sure you grab a girlfriend and let her know that we are in the Royal Courts, okay? In the tapestry of life, come on, struggles are threading and weaving from everywhere, okay? You know what it is. We as women, we deal with the spectrum of challenges, externally, internally, complex, expanding, little ones, big ones, you name it, we handle it. But they may include things like career related stress, family strains, or even personal issues. We all have things that we deal with. Navigating through those struggles alone could be daunting. Yes, but through a collective where we come as women of ministry, where we come as women to hold each other up, let me tell you, we could provide a beacon of healing and hope. So, in today's podcast, the RoyalTEA Talk podcast, my guests and I are going to be chatting on a topic called Heartfelt Healing. This is where we're ministering through life's everyday challenges. And here are the choice of words: life's everyday's challenge. This is the opportunity for you, my leading ladies, to gain insight as to how women can minister to one another through those life's everyday difficulties. So invite a girlfriend. Grab your cup of tea. I got my cup of tea. You know I go nowhere without my ladyship cup of tea. And make sure you join us in the RoyalTEA Course because it is about to get spicy. I'll see you in a
Get ready for the RoyalTEA Talk Show with host Portia Basham, the podcast designed for women who are looking to be inspired, motivated, and encouraged. Whether you're just starting out in your career or raising a family, the RoyalTEA Talk Show has something for you. This is your opportunity for empowerment and affirmation. Get blessed with amazing stories from women of all walks of life who want to share their truths and victories and impact the lives of women everywhere. This is your cordial invitation to join us as we sip tea, chat, and empower each other on the RoyalTEA Talk Show and podcast with your host, Portia Basham.
Good day, ladies. Good day, good day, good day, and welcome to the RoyalTEA Talk Show, where we teach, empower, and give you the affirmations you need to build you into the woman that God has called you to be. Listen, this is the platform where we discuss everything that encompasses us as women. Baby, you know, us as women. This is about our family, our friendship, our faith, our finances, our fulfillment of life. Because listen, as we get a little younger and more mature in the age, we do not like to waste our energies on things that doesn't matter. So fulfillment of life is very important. So go ahead, help us spread the broadcast. Tag, invite, and share. Let's get more ladies into the Royal Courts because this is not just about you or I, it is about every woman. So, for those who are new to our channel, for those who have no idea who I am, allow me to introduce myself and reintroduce myself to others. I am Dr. Portia Basham. I am your host of the best podcast on the planet, which is the RoyalTEA Talk Show. I am your brand and business strategist, your professor, your 5-time best-selling author, your Forbes Business Council speaker, international speaker, minister of the gospel, and founder of She Ministries. Oh, I love me, She Ministries. And I believe that my mission is twofold. My mission is, number one, to combine mindset coaching, strategy for business and branding, but also to empower the women in their journey towards building that successful, sustainable business. And then number two, I like to guide my clients into creating that foundation that is rooted in faith and providing them with the tools necessary to confidently, choice of words here, confidently navigate through the competitive business world. It's simple. You know, I believe when God smiled on us as women on the earth, God had whole intention of what he wanted us to do. The word of God says he knew us before we were even formed. He knew us before we were even here on this earth. Sometimes we believe that God has no idea what we're going through. Oh, baby girl, he does. He sure does. But let us give him the opportunity to minister to us through people. Okay, minister to us through people. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So make sure you go ahead and you tag and share the broadcast with your groups, your friends, your girlfriends, them, Minnie and them, and everybody, and let them know that we are on. So today we have the honor of having Coach Karen. Now let me tell you something about Coach Karen. She is, she's so quiet. She is, listen, she'll be like, oh my God, Miss P. Anyway, you'll see when I bring her on. Okay, but she has a lot to teach us, so I'm super excited to have her. She is the podcast host of Let's Heal Queen. She is a certified life coach. She's a health and life insurance specialist, and she is the minister of the gospel. Okay, so we're going to bring our guest speaker on in a few minutes. And when we bring her on, we are going to dive into how the collectiveness of us, how us as women, how we could minister to one another through our life struggles. Okay. And we are going to see her after this message.
Want to elevate your leadership skills? Join our Christian Leadership Certification Program, covering team leadership, ministry counseling, financial management, and more. Advance your Christian leadership skills with an accredited certificate program from the esteemed partnership of Christian Bible Institute and Seminary. Visit PortiaBasham.com/Christian Leadership Certification. Register today and become the Christian leader you are destined to be.
Coach Karen, I am super excited to have you here. Baby girl. Okay. If I see you put that hand over that face one more time, I'm going to come over there and get you, So, Coach Karen, tell us a little about yourself. I want to hear the fun facts as well. So, number one, tell us about yourself, then tell us a fun fact, and then we're going to go right into our topic.
Okay. So I am Karen Hawkins. I'm a minister of the gospel, a mother of two. I have siblings. I am a God lover. I am an intercessor. I love prayer. And I love discipleship. Walking people through the steps of when they're getting to know Christ, when they're new in Christ. And it does something to my soul. So that's who I am in a nutshell. I am kind of quiet, maybe just a little bit. I'm a watcher. I'm a seer. I observe a lot of things. And so I don't know if people say it's a bad or a good thing, but it is who I am. But I love on people when I'm led to. And a fun fact about me is, actually, you know what? We were talking about this, Dr. Portia. I actually love country music. I love
you. You're my girl. You listen.
So yes, that's a fun.
You're my girl.
But before before I even said all that, I do want to just say thank you, Dr. Portia, for even allowing me to grace your platform. I am truly humbled and honored, and I'm excited to see what God has to say today.
Good. Kevin had said something like this. He goes, "Don't let's just skip over what you just said when you said what you said. You said you love country music. Now you my girl." You know what? I remember one day they said to ladies, as you coming in, definitely come in and tell me, "Good afternoon, Dr. Audrey. We are super excited to have you on there." Let us know where you're tuning in. Let us know how you have been for the beginning of the year. Let us know what questions you may have as you go through. Dr. Audrey says she loves her some country music. Listen, they asked my husband. They said, "Oh,
I
so you were
do.
married? You were
Tim
married to a Caribbean
McGraw, Kelly
girl?"
Clarkson.
Yes, sir. They said to him, "What music does your wife play at home?" And he says, "It's between gospel and country. This is all you're gonna get at this house of mine." And yes, baby, I love the one country guy I really enjoyed listening to when I went to see him was Toby Keith, and he passed away a few days ago
Oh, yes,
from
he did.
cancer. And last night we went to see Tim McGraw, and he did not fail us. I think tonight is was it Willie Nelson is playing tonight, but I'm not going, but it would have been nice to see him because he's like, an ancient of
Yes,
ancient
yes.
of ancient country people.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for
He's
sharing
like the
your fun fact.
Sade of R&B, I guess.
Yes, yes. And when I was growing up, we listened to a lot of George Jones. It was George Jones, Kenny Rogers. These were the artists that we listened to. So I have a very big respect for country music, baby.
He is the Yolanda Adams of gospel.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
For those people that don't follow us in country music talk.
So some people are sitting there going, who's she talking about? Who are they? Good afternoon, Brianna. Is it? No, Brittany. Tell me her name.
Brittany Ann.
Brittany Ann. I always mess her name up every time, but I send hugs and kisses to you, baby girl. How is Orlando? Is it nice and hot? Because I don't know. It depends. It depends on the day, because sometimes we're very cold down here. And Dr. Audrey says she loves the reggae and as well. Everybody seems to love country music. Well, there we go.
Sure.
So let's jump into our topic. Talking about, so disclaimer, everybody. I always say the disclaimer. I have two co-hosts at my house, two four-leggeds, and one point in time they are going to give their 2 cents on the topic, as always. So if you happen to hear the dog bark in the background, that's because Lola also is going to give their opinions. If you happen to hear a dog biting a bone in the background, like I am right now, that's because they are trying to entertain themselves in the process whilst they're listening to us speak. So that's my disclaimer. Do you have any disclaimers, Coach?
Well, you may hear my dog, but I don't know. You might, but you may not.
Listen, those co-hosts those four-legged co-hosts, they just take it to a whole new level. Okay, we try over here. We do. Let's see here. Somebody said Shania
Twain.
I love her. I went to see her in concert. So yes, she is as short as day, like Dr. Audrey. She's as short as day,
yes.
But she had a lot of energy. Yes. Good afternoon. Oh, wow. Nice to have you in the
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so our topic is a heavy one, but a much needed one. It is how can women in ministry, how can women minister to one another through life's difficulties? So I want to pose the question to you, Coach Karen. What does it mean to you when I say heartfelt healing and ministering to one another through life's everyday challenge? What does that mean to you?
To me, it means everything.
Mm-hmm.
It means everything, because when you think about what healing is, when you think about healing being in, I think the origin word is cure.
Yes.
Healing is it's a cure. It's the process of becoming something.
Mm-hmm.
And and then when you think about just the whole heart and what that really is, and as disciples and of women of God, it's like I don't want to get emotional, but The
You
heart,
can't help it on this platform. You really can't
yeah, the
help it.
heart is like so sacred to God.
Yes.
It's so sacred to him. So when we say we are disciples and we are like him and we have the mind of Christ and the heart of Christ, it's important that daily we check our heart posture.
Yes.
And there's no way you can truly check your heart posture unless you work on that healing part. That healing is getting back to the original you before life struggles beat us down.
Listen. Now
Before divorce.
you said a lot before life struggle
Mhm,
beat us down.
mhm.
Now take listen. Sometimes that could take us way back into childhood.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
that could take us far. One of the things I know. Good day, ladies.
Good
Good day.
afternoon.
Welcome. One of the things that I know, as we were growing up, and without aging myself, because 25 plus shipping and handling is where we are at.
Yes,
So, so when we were growing up, one of the things that was very, especially in the Christian sector, they were always making you believe that just pray about it, and it will fix itself. Somebody had problems in their marriage, you'll be all right, just pray about it. Somebody had problems with the children, you'll be all right, pray about it. Somebody got violated, you'll be all right, pray about it. And
yes,
nobody took the time to say, let us work it out, let us talk about it, because it wasn't a talking about business, baby.
yes,
You did not know what your parents and grandparents and whoever it is was going through, because they kept it to themselves.
quiet.
Johnny misbehaved and they just said, nah, let's just leave it alone, it will fix itself. And because of that, a lot of us have a lot of secret wounds and secret struggles
Yes,
and secret
baggage.
listen, that's it, secret baggage.
Mhm.
And when you try now to try to peel those things out, that's like an onion. It's a lot of stinky
A lot of
layers.
layers.
Yes. So I think when you say we have to come back to being who we were before we found ourselves in those positions, it is easier said than done. So explain, before we even go
Absolutely.
further into our topic, what does that mean, or what does that look like to go to a place that maybe some of us can't even remember what that looked like to
Yeah,
be.
it's going to a very hard place. But in order to get to the heart place, we have to get to the hard place. We have to get to that stony heart. The only way we could do that, because I believe that the power of the Holy Spirit is the only thing that can really get us to that place. However, there are some practical, natural things that we can do. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the old school, but unlike the way a lot of us was brought up in the Christian community, where we were told to just pray about it, just pray about it and it'll work itself out. No, but while we're praying, we could be journaling. We could be getting with a therapist. We could be
Yes,
getting with maybe people who have already overcome the thing that you find yourself in the middle of.
that part.
Instead of pushing people away the way that we do, because sometimes we push away the wrong people, Dr. Portia.
Yes, yes,
Or
yes,
sometimes we don't even give a person a chance to get to know who we are or who they are before we make a decision based off of something that somebody else said about them. When you have no
yes,
idea about what happened in that particular situation, we're robbing ourselves. And when you rob yourself, you can't get to that place of healing, that place that you were before the struggles hit you, the place that you were before somebody backstabbed you, before you were stabbed in the back, before divorce, before heartbreak, before heartache, before you lost your parent, before that bad relationship, after that before that 10th bad relationship.
yep, Yeah, and one of the ladies asked a good question. How do you know who's the right person or persons to connect with? Because that's a good that Jackie, that's a good
Oh
question.
my
Because even
God.
whilst Coach Karen was saying it, I said to myself, well, the worst part is sometimes we pour all our baggage onto somebody that's not worthy of listening, because they're going to take it and run down the street and put a whole CNN
They
broadcast
go
out.
and tell Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
Listen to me. You stop the madness. And then the ones that really want to work with you, or to that's able to shield you and walk you through taking off the
Protect you.
layers, are the
Yes.
ones you are wary of. And Jackie, it is no quick fix or quick answer to that question, because we've gotten hurt so much that we are wary of people, because number one, the people that come to us sometimes that are the wrong ones, they come so lovingly, they come so sweet and quiet, that when the good ones that come sweet and quiet, you're like, you know what, I've been down that road.
They come in they're wolf in sheep clothes.
Okay, all right. I'm telling you, it's hard to choose whom, but we have to depend on God to show us who to connect with. That is so important.
We've seen so many wolves that we don't even recognize the sheep.
No, no, we have, and it's sad, but we've spent so much time hoping that somebody would change, hoping that somebody would do right by you, hoping that somebody would sound the alarm and say, hey, I got you, and really mean I got you.
Yes, because I am my sister's keeper.
There's a song, remember that song that says, and I maybe you just paraphrasing the lyrics now, but it says, I won't hurt you, you won't hurt me, because we are one family.
Yes.
They sing that at church most of the times, but unfortunately, the ones that singing it next to us are the ones that's really taking us down
Yes.
indirectly.
It says,
with
I
the,
won't harm you with
with
words
the
from my
words.
mouth.
Stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
With
Yes.
the words coming from my mouth.
Yes.
Somebody said something to me.
So
During
can I just answer? I want to just take a
Yes.
few minutes. I'm so sorry. The first
Answer,
question.
Jackie.
Okay, yes, that first question. So it is discernment.
Yes.
But it is also divine. It is also divine. Can I just share really quick that Jackie is one of my very, very long time girlfriends. And Jackie has seen me at my best. She's seen me at my worst. She's seen me crying. She's seen me crazy. More than 14 years ago. I remember I was in the middle of going through a divorce and everything. And she came to me and she wrapped her arms around me and she gave me a hug. I didn't know I needed a hug because at the time I wasn't really a hug person, but she came and wrapped her arms around me and gave me a hug. And she breathed life into me when she did that. So fast forward now, 2024, she just joined Kingdom Builders Worship Center as an online member. So not only did she see me at my best and my worst, she see me in my flesh and in my spirit. And I'm so grateful to God for that. And that is a part of healing.
Yes.
When you're healing, people see it.
Yes, they do. They do. Dr. Audrey says we judge people through the eyes of pain. Yes.
True. Yes, you do.
I'm telling you, you put up that wall and you're like, I'm not dropping that wall for anything. Even after you get married, you still remember the pain of the last husband. Even after you maybe have children and you saw what other children went through when they were younger, you like, okay, I'm guarding you from things that maybe wouldn't happen, but because you saw it happen, you're going to guard them from it as well. So yes, we do see that everybody becomes a suspect.
Everyone.
We all of a sudden become our own investigator.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we do.
We sure do.
Yes.
Oh yes, there we go. I Need You to Survive. That was the name of the
Yes.
song. Thank you for that. Yes, and welcome.
Welcome.
Yes. So, tell me, we're going to look at three folds when it comes to ministering to the women in that healing spot. Number one, the importance of a support and encouragement. That support and encouragement, it's not just words, but this is like lifeline support and encouragement. Tell me, what does that sound like, and why is it important for women as they go through the healing stages, the importance of support and encouragement?
Support. And listen, sometimes y'all know I'm not really churchy, so y'all just work with me now. But sometimes I'm trying to word it right. Sometimes
You got this. Talk to the people. Come on
ask
now.
it to me again. I'm sorry, Dr. Portia. Ask it to me one more time.
Sure. Okay, so we talking about how women, how we could minister to one another in terms of our healing, in terms of that that secret struggle, right?
Yes.
So tell us the importance of a support system and encouragement, because remember, support and encouragement, they're not just words, but they are that lifeline in regards to us going through the healing. So from your perspective, tell us the importance of a support system and encouragement in our crucial time of healing.
A support system will either build you up or tear you down.
Come on now.
They will be the reason that you keep on going or you go back to your old life.
Yes.
They will be the reason that you walk into your destiny or you die before you even get there. So that support system is so important. This is why we need to pray.
Yes.
We need to pray about relationships, divine relationships. I speak divine relationships over this line today.
Yes.
Because when a relationship is divine, you know you could trust that person. That regardless of if you go through something or not, that this person not going to go for the jugular when y'all get into an argument. Because they understand the healing process as well, and they understand how important it is to get there and the obstacles that are sure to come on our way there.
Yes. Yes. I like when you said it could either build you or break you. Not all support systems are yours. It is what it is. Not all support systems are yours. And sometimes we have to be vigilant to understand that there are certain things that will happen and you will say, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. But then we in our nature who want to be part of the girls group, who wants to be part of the sisterhood, who wants to be part of the family, we stick around knowing fully well that they are hurting us, but we don't want to be alone because we're not built to be alone. We are built to have that community, that like-mindedness, but we have to be vigilant in the process. And tell me if I'm right or wrong, that not all communities are where we need to be. Dr. Audra says a true support system is what carried her through the hard seasons. A true support system.
Me too.
True support system is what will for you, and Joe said it's finding your tribe. It is. It sure
Power,
is.
it is.
It is.
And can I just say that sometimes the connection is so divine, is so powerful that the enemy will come in to try to destroy it. Or sometimes he does destroy it. Sometimes he's successful at it. He comes in to destroy it before it even has a chance to be built.
Yes. And that's where your discerning has to come in. We call it my mind told me. You never hear people say, girl, my mind told me not to listen to these people. My mind said, and sometimes we just have to listen to that little intuition on the inside of us that says, listen, don't walk down that street, baby girl.
Some people will say it's the Holy Ghost.
Listen to me. When the Lord says turn around, ask no questions, you are okay, I'm turning around. Don't, you're not even sticking around to find out why. But yes, so thank you for giving us that much insight into the importance of a support and encouragement system. And then number two, we could look at practical ways to minister to each other. Now, onto our journey of being hurt, our journey of how do we heal from what has happened to us. I want you to give us simple ways of practical ways of ministering to each other as women.
That's good. One of the practical ways that I really try to practice, we shouldn't say try to practice, but one of the ways I practice is encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're led by the Spirit, then the Spirit should allow us to see or know who needs to be encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, even if you don't go as far as it being discerned and things like that, sometimes as women, as a woman, I know what it takes for me to get up every morning, to get knocked out by life, to be hit in the jugular by ministry.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it's like. Because you're a woman, I should assume that you carry in the same weight because I know you're anointed. And
Yes.
because I am my sister's keeper. So I think that's one of the practical ways that I try encouragement. Maybe a person let's say other than discernment, I would say maybe if you haven't seen somebody in a while, that you haven't seen them in a while, this person works in ministry, they're active, and then all of a sudden they just go ghost. You don't see them a while. I think a practical way is that we go looking for them.
Yes.
That we go looking for them because God left the 99 to come after the one.
Come on.
Please come see about me. You don't know if a person fell and they need help getting back up. We just don't know.
I remember there are times I call my best girlfriend and I say, I'm close to the edge. Just help pull me back. I'm close to the edge. And she's like, okay, well, what's going on? How was your day? What did you do today? And just try to redirect my whole thoughts, as to the fact that I'm close to the edge. Because what is it? Dr. Noel Jones said it the best. He said, I remember saying how I get stressed. And he said, the person said to him, Dr. Jones, you get stressed? He said, of course I get stressed. I have to deal with you. Why can't I get stressed? So we always think because the person is always strong,
that's true,
that they don't get
it.
yes, they don't break. And practical ways to minister to each other. Just number one, listening. And when I say listening, I don't mean hearing. There's a difference between hearing somebody and listening to somebody. When you listen to somebody, you sometimes listen beyond the words that they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So listen to the person. I remember a girlfriend of mine, her husband passed away, like I think 2 years into it, and she loved him, that man, so much. And the person passed away, and I said, "Listen, I don't know what to say to you because I've never lost a spouse. But what I will say is, I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to listen to everything you have to say. I'm going to just be the air. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to criticize you. I'm not even going to add my 2 cents, but I'm just going to give you an honest listening ear." So I would say listening. Number 2, finding out who the person is. Actually finding out who Coach Karen is. Actually finding out who Jackie is. Actually finding out who Dr. Audrey is. Finding out who they really are, and that way you could minister to them or show up for them in that space of who they are.
That's good. Yeah.
So listen, Coach Karen, I would say, when you sat there a while ago and you said, I asked the question, you said that one would take me to tears. Somebody else would be like, well, what for? Yeah, but you don't know her story.
Yeah.
There's certain points that would trigger somebody. And you have to know the things that would trigger somebody so you do not bring it up in their space.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you were talking and you were telling us how we could minister to each other, these are all the things that I gather from that, is to listen to them, get to know them. I say to people, my friends are few and far in between. Why? Because I believe in dating my friends. When I call my girlfriends and I talk to them, I believe, I can't be friends with everybody because the amount of energy it takes for me to really get to know you, I cannot do that with the millions, but I could do it with a small group of people.
Yes.
When I ask you, Coach Karen, how are you doing? Don't tell me I'm okay, because that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, how are you doing?
Yep. That's good.
Let's see what the ladies are saying. Okay, Jackie says, okay, to keep on talking. Ruth, welcome. Ruth says, very true to our conversation. So a listening ear, that's very important.
Yes, that is important.
And being present, not just brushing it aside, but being present. I like that. And number 3, explain to us what it means to be, like we just said, an active listener, and to show empathy to the person and not just brush them aside. Explain that to us.
To be able to put yourself in that person's shoes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
To imagine what it would feel like if it were you.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the heart of Christ.
Yes.
If I were going through this situation, what would I need to hear? Or when I went through this situation, this is what I needed to hear. Maybe I didn't have it, but I could be that person for someone else.
Yes.
So that
allows you to connect deeper too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. And I do believe that, as women, we all carry so much. Some of us are wives, girlfriends, business owners. We work full-time jobs. We do ministry. We wear so many hats that sometimes it is difficult to kind of get to know maybe the person that you may want to get to know.
Yes.
And it's not intentional. It's just, I think everybody's trying to juggle a schedule.
Yes.
Yeah. So to not take things personal, because, as I know that I'm carrying a whole lot, so my sister's probably carrying a whole lot too.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I launched the Royalty Ladies in 2008, I had just given birth, and the whole point of launching the Royalty Ladies was for me to get that community of women. I was in Orlando, and I was used to having my family in my country, mother, auntie, sister, cousins, everybody was there.
Yeah.
And to now be married and to have a baby far away, believe I needed that community. And if I told you, my community was very small. My community started off with, I met the lady who we had gone to like the mom and pop store to buy furniture, and I love the fact that she was very English. She was, I mean, you name it. She just was Miss Prissy. So I like that. So it was her, the neighbor across the street, the neighbor behind me, and the first lady I said hello to at church. That was my community. Everybody was older than I was. And we would meet up and have tea
Yeah.
and dress up and talk about, and they some of them had been married twice, three times, but they were able to talk to me about the things that they had gone through and the things that I'm now going through and how to deal with it. And my whole point of the Royalty Ladies was to have that community of like-minded women. And when you say, whilst you're listening to the person, try to put yourself in their shoes. There are some shoes that you just going to stand up outside of it and say, I can't imagine going through what you went through and still having my right mind. Because some of us women carry our pain so well that when we tell somebody the road that we walked on before we came to smooth roads, they said, you drove through that to find yourself over here. So some people, as much as they want to be in that shoe and understand it, sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
Because the weight of that shoe, you're like, whoo, child.
I don't want to imagine. Yes.
Yeah. Ruth says, ask the person what they need and be honest with your capacity and what you can. That is so true.
That's the thing right there. Yeah. Be honest.
Be honest with what it is you could bring to the table and how much you could help the person.
Yeah.
I like that. I think also based on what you're saying, being in somebody's shoes, imagining that you're in the person's shoes, that also makes you have a deeper connection with the person. You are meeting them from an emotional standpoint. You are truly standing with them through thick and thin. What they say up here, I think that the tagline is "I'm your ride and die." We don't say that in my country. We don't say that ride and die shenanigans. But up here, they have that ride or die kind of shenanigans. I mean, I ride. I don't know about the dying part, but it's that thick and thin. Now, thick and thin, I know, but who is your thick and thin kind of chick? You understand?
I never been the ride or die either. I never really was that person. So I don't know that person. But what I will say,
you're a ride and survive. Is that what it is?
I wasn't never the ride or die. I'm like, okay, I'm the ride, okay,
she's
but
the ride and leaving.
I'm not going to jail for nobody. I'm not doing that. So we riding to a certain point. Because at some point I'm gonna run out of gas. Like, no. No. But the Bible tells us, I was trying to look up the scripture so I make sure I got it right. But yeah, Ecclesiastes 4:10, it says if one person falls, the other can reach out and help.
Yes.
But someone who falls alone is in real trouble.
Yes.
So that's how important it is to make sure that we have our core people. Yes.
Yes.
That's definitely.
Core people.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that.
Yeah. So my circle is very small. It is, and even since being here in Florida, it's
Yes.
it goes
Yes.
down
Mhm.
because I'm a little different. I know that I have a mandate on my life. I know I have it.
Yes.
I also know that I have I've walked with God since a little girl. And throughout this journey, there has been times where I walk with him for a while and then I'll fall. I walk and I stumble. I walk
Mhm.
and I see something that look a little good. So I go over there. Um,
Yes.
but he has shown his hand over my life so much
Yeah.
that I don't even want to play with it. That I literally find myself in a season that it's tunnel vision because I gotta get this work done because I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. That someone is depending on the fact that I walk in destiny.
Mhm.
And so it's important for me. So I don't attach I don't attach very quickly with people. It's not that I don't attach people, but I don't attach to people quickly. Sometimes people will say, you'll meet a person and within a month, this is my spiritual sister, this is my spiritual mother, this is my spiritual brother, my spiritual father. It's been 4 weeks, 30 days. How can you make that call? It takes 2 years to get to know someone, really. And for sure, it really takes at least 1 year. 1 year before I could see how you handle me if I do something to touch a nerve or to get you upset. I need to see how you handle yourself when you get upset, when things don't go your way, when your back is against the wall, when the pressure of life comes. I want to see how you handle yourself before I could say, you're my spiritual mother.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. Um,
But that's because I've been through some things. I've been to church my whole life and I've been through some
listen.
things in the church. I've probably seen anything that you can imagine.
It's also you gain experience as you go along, right?
Yes.
So there are certain things that when it comes to you, you just know it's a snake. I remember in my early 20s, one of the managers at work used to say to me, Portia, a leopard doesn't change its skin.
Mm-mm.
No matter how you see the leopard, it's going to be looking like a leopard. It doesn't change its skin, it doesn't change its color. It's a leopard is a leopard. So once they show you it's a leopard, it's a leopard. And your experiences are giving you that how do you call that advantage to see things coming.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh yeah, that's beginning to look familiar. Oh, that smell is familiar. No, mm-mm. So you start to pull yourself backwards. Like I said, my friends are far and few in between. I have a lot of acquaintances, and yesterday, I give you a good example. Yesterday, me and my husband couldn't make it for the concert. I had to find a girlfriend to go, and this one girlfriend, I said, "Hey, when you come from work, get dressed. I'm picking you up." Da 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 da. So on our way back from the concert, she says, you don't call me during the day to ask how I'm doing. You don't call to say anything. But when you have places to go, you call me. I say, yeah, but you see, I know what kind of friend you are. You, my friend, that will be let us go and do kind of friend. I know I know what categories my friends are at. I'm not going to call you with my problems if I know you cannot handle the weight of my problems.
Yes.
I'm not going to call you with my successes because I know sometimes you cannot handle the weight of my successes.
Yes.
Not everybody could handle the weight of your successes. I'm not going to call you but if I know you could handle when I say, girl, I'm going shopping, you'll be like, oh yeah, where are we going at? Girl, I'm
Yeah.
going eating. So everybody has that corner, and you
Yeah.
just have to know who they are.
Yeah.
Not everybody could handle you in all of you.
Yes.
Baby, I'm a big package. Not everybody could handle all of me. I'm a big, and yet at times when you find me, I'm very quiet. I'm very reserved. So it's all how you get to know me. Let's see what the ladies say. One of the ladies said, Jackie said, I'd rather have a small circle of truth and yes than a big box of listen to me. Okay, stop the madness.
Yes.
Ruth says, I'm with you. Yes.
Yeah.
She said, my eldest son would say, Mom, keep your grass cut so you can see them.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'm taking that statement. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes. You could see them coming. If not, you by the time you see them coming, they've already sting you. And you don't want that. So this
Dr. Portia.
this conversation has been heavy, but it's
the
good.
whole word right there.
Yes.
That's the whole
yes.
word. By the time you see who they are, they already bit you.
Mm-hmm. If you're not vigilant.
Yeah.
One of the things you said in scripture is if you fall by yourself, nobody will see you. You know how many times people have passed away quietly and secretly at their house and nobody knew that they passed away?
Yeah.
Because they were on their own. They didn't have that support system. Nobody went to see them. Nobody went to.
I was going to say that having a support system is a blessing because everyone doesn't have that. And sometimes we take that circle of ours, we take it for granted. Sometimes we take it for granted. Yeah. Sometimes we take
that was a heavy one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We do take it for granted because we always believe that they're always going to be there. We take it for granted that they're always going to have our back. We take it for granted that they're always going to listen to us.
Yes.
We take it for granted that she's always going to say something nice.
But that support system is such a blessing that you should hold it so dear that you respect that person enough to maintain a ground level tone even when you're upset.
Yes.
That you have to know that those core people are they're so precious.
Mm-hmm.
They are so precious that we should handle them with care.
I remember the pastor once said to me many years ago, God brings people in your life for a certain time, and then your assignment is done. And sometimes when the person's assignment is done with you, you're like, why did they stop talking to me? The assignment is done, baby. Just keep it moving. But anyway, that's a different conversation.
Yes.
But I remember she once said to me, Portia, don't, and I'll try to paraphrase it. What she was trying to say is, don't make the fact that we are talking to each other every day make you lose the respect for the sacredness of the relationship. Because once you lose the respect for the sacredness of the relationship, when I'm going to try to tell you something that needs to minister to you, you wouldn't be able to take it because all of a sudden you think we're friends.
And that's what from what I've seen in my experience, it's a very common problem amongst, dare I say this?
Say it.
It's a very common problem amongst the pastors.
Yes.
and the congregant.
Congregation.
Ooh,
That's it. Yes.
it is because you've
Yes.
become so common. And this
Yes.
is why when it's time for them to be your pastor, they don't have the respect that they should because
Mm-hmm.
they can't
Mm-hmm.
separate pastor from friend.
Yes. Yes. And then they look, and it, and that's why my audience, my main audience is women in ministry and first ladies, because they are the ones that, number one, you have to minister to the congregation, but
Yes.
you also have to have that space of, I minister to you, I
Yes.
could be a friend when necessary, but you have to understand that I still have that leadership role where I still have to talk to
Yes.
you from a correction point, talk to you from
Yes.
a advisory point, talk to you from a loving point, but talk to you from a stern point. You have to still respect that.
And
And
I'm going to, and you know why I am? Because I respect the anointing that's over your
there
life.
you go. Now, do you know, in the general work sector, when I was growing up, we had hierarchies in business, and it was always Mr. Jones, Mr. Paul. Um, they come and they address me, Miss Theodore, my maiden name when before I got married, Miss whatever. That was
Mhm.
how we were taught that level of respect.
Yes.
If you happen to call somebody first names, it was like in the coffee room. It wasn't out on the
Yeah, that's
floor.
true.
When
Yeah.
I moved up here and I heard people talking, to the CEO, Paul, Harry, I'm like, wait a minute. When you start to call people by their first names that are supposed to have some form of, I'm not saying it to be rude. I'm just saying you lose the respect. When you am I you tell me you understand what I'm saying.
No, I get it. And this goes back to that healing place because why is it that the a spirit of familiarity, that's correct, and that's what I was about to say, why do I allow this, or why is this okay with me? What happened that made me feel like I couldn't be set apart? Could it be that I was bullied in school? Maybe I was picked on, and now I just want everyone to love me.
You hold everyone accountable for what happened to you back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Yes. But you are right by hitting the nail on the head when you say we have to understand, not only just the seasons that everybody is in your life, but also understand that today I am your pastor. Tomorrow I may be the person that's laughing with you. The next day I may be the one that has to put a cloak over you to
Yes.
comfort you. We just have to understand what people are in our lives and what stages they come.
Yes.
Everybody is not everybody. Everybody is not privy to your wounds. Everybody is not, even in the Bible. There are times where, like for example, and I think I taught on it some many times because that's my favorite story in the Bible about the woman with the oil. Elisha specifically said, "Go in there,
Mm.
close the door, don't let people in." There's sometimes you have to close your door and
Yes.
do the healing process
Yes.
quietly. Everybody doesn't have to know that you are bleeding,
Yeah.
whilst
Yeah.
ministering, because sometimes
Yeah.
we are bleeding whilst
Yeah.
ministering. Sometimes we are going through our own stories, but those who are privy to that,
Yes.
we still have to, take our hats out to them and respect the oil on their life, respect what it is they bring to us, and not just take it for granted. So, yes, I thank you so much. Oh my God, Coach Karen, we have been chatting and pouring and girling in the royal courts. I love it. I absolutely love it. So just to wrap it up, we've climbed the hills of support,
Yes.
navigate through the paths of practical ministering,
Yes.
unlock the secret gardens of empathy and listening.
Yes.
So what I would like to do now is to give the ladies tools with which we could continue life's journey. I want them to understand that it's not just us talking in the royal courts, but there's a place where they could find themselves. So before we wrap up today, tell the ladies how they could connect with you. And then I am going to bring you backstage whilst I wrap up with the ladies here. And then you and I could have some private time together.
Okay. So you want me to give some strategies?
Yes, give the ladies, just that strategy of how they now could connect, number one, with you,
Okay.
but also connect in taking themselves through a healing process,
The healing
gradually.
journey.
Yes.
So healing is a journey. Okay. It is not something that happened overnight.
Yes.
It could take years. The most important part is to make sure that we get started with the healing journey. That's the most important thing. So we get started. How do we get started? One, you need to connect with someone who is connected in the spirit, because it has a look, you can see it. Someone who that you can trust, somebody who can walk out this healing journey with you. It doesn't hurt to get a therapist, a counselor. I know sometimes we don't like to do this, or we were conditioned to think whatever it was, but a counselor, it's okay to get somebody to speak with. Start to begin to journal. Journaling allows you to write down and get out what may be in there that maybe you don't want to release to somebody as of yet. And as you go out through the healing journey, then you'll begin to open up a little bit more as you connect with like-minded people. Remember to take a few minutes and get in your secret place and create a relationship with Christ. Create an atmosphere where he can enter into the room. So all of these things will help you throughout your healing journey. Healing is a process. We didn't even get to touch on that forgiveness piece, but forgiveness is the beginning. Get to that heart place of what really happened and how you really got there. So I pray that you guys begin on your healing journey. Those of you who may have already started, I pray that God keeps you, that you're able to maintain your mind, your mental health. And the couple of ways that you guys can connect with me, I'm on Facebook, Karen Hawkins. I'm also on Instagram as just call her Queen. Also, I do have the Let's Heal Queen IG account, and I'm on TikTok. I think it's Karen Hawkins too. So you can connect with me all of those ways. I do have the Let's Heal Queen podcast. We're going into our 3rd season. Yes. You guys can always connect with me on any podcast streaming platforms.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And ladies, we would love to hear your story and how this. Do you see that? Do you see this four-legged trying to give me her own opinions over here? On how this message, this chat for today has really empowered you. Let us know how you've used, you've worked with somebody in terms of overcoming your struggles. We'll all love to hear that. So, Coach Karen, thank you so much for joining us. And we are going to put you in the waiting room. And ladies, we are going to see you after this short message.
She's been watching, wondering, waiting for the sands of time to give way to a tide of change, when her seas can provide safe harbor to all who reach her shores, and her earthly embrace can soothe your soul. Let her sense of adventure set you free, and her everlasting stars twinkle in your honeymoon skies. She is Saint Lucia. Let her inspire you.
I love me some St. Lucia, okay? I love me some St. Lucia. So we have some great things coming up for us, the leading ladies, in regards to our retreat. So I will give you more information to that as we go through the coming weeks. So ladies, first thing I would like to say is do not dummy down your experiences. Your experiences is what makes you who you are today. Okay, don't let anybody make you think that it doesn't matter what it is you have accomplished, what it is you have gone through. Your journey is what pulls it together to make you know who you could minister to, because you cannot minister to somebody until you've actually walked that path. That's number one. Number two, you have to go through a healing, because you don't want to heal to walk with somebody in your wounded space. So when you go through your healing, now you are able to show somebody how to get out of that pain that they're in. So do not let anybody dummy down your experiences. Your experiences are valuable, okay? And I am looking forward to hearing how this episode has really blessed you. So that brings us to the end of our episode. Thank you so much for joining my guest, Coach Karen, and I in the Royal Courts. And I do not take it lightly. You could have been anywhere for your lunchtime, but you spent it with us, baby. So I'm super excited that you did that. I pray that this episode was beneficial to you once again. As always, thank you for joining us. If you'd like to, we would love to hear more from you. Make sure you leave us a review, okay? Look out for us on all the platforms, the podcast platforms, which is the Apple, the iHeart, the Pandora. Look out for us on here. We are super excited that you take the opportunity to join us. And look out for us next week. We are coming back. We have a special guest, and we are going to be talking about everything that encompasses us as women. So make sure you have your eyes and ears tuned for next week's podcast. For the business ladies out there, my ladypreneurs out there, I want to give you some visibility opportunities. Number one, if you'd like to be a guest on the RoyalTEA Talk Show, go ahead and send us an email. It's info@PortiaBasham.com. If you'd like to be a guest on the She Ministries TV show, go ahead and send us an email at info@PortiaBasham.com. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is the She TV network on YouTube. This is where you get everything that encompasses us as women in terms of business, in terms of spiritual walk. You get all our information, or all the information that would help you to be the woman that God has called you to be on that platform. Now, if you are ready as a leading lady, if you are ready to hone in on your communication skills, connecting with that support system, and to experience your further spiritual growth, especially when it comes to leadership, allow me to introduce you to our 10-week accredited Christian leadership program. And it is a transformative experience tailored for women in ministry. Go to PortiaBasham.com, and you will see it says leadership certification tab. Take advantage of the afterpay option, which is instead of paying the full amount of $650, you are breaking it down into 4 simple payments of $162. We are starting out one of our classes next week. I'm super excited to see you join us. So take advantage of taking the next step for getting yourself into the leadership and being who God has called you to be. What else? Did I miss anything? If you'd like to know how we could work in terms of your branding and your business strategies, definitely visit PortiaBasham.com and let us work together. But until then, my ladies, it has been a pleasure. This is Dr. Portia Basham, and please don't forget, you are saved, highly favored to do what God has called you to do. And I expect nothing less from you. You be blessed, and I will see you next time right here on the RoyalTEA Talk Show. Take care.
Thanks for tuning in to the RoyalTEA Talk Show with your host, Portia Basham, the talk show and podcast designed for women who are looking to be inspired, motivated, and encouraged. We pray today's show was a blessing to you. Remember to tune in next time for your regular dose of encouragement and affirmation, so you can hear from other amazing women from all walks of life who share their stories and advice on everything from personal growth to living your dreams. So until next time, we look forward to seeing you to sip some tea, chat, and empower each other on the RoyalTEA Talk Show and podcast.